Greeting, dear friends, and welcome back to our live broadcast. Um, I would like to tell you, for those who are joining us for the first time, on the platform ALLATRA International Public Movement has been launched a unique project called Creative Society, where people around the world, more than 180 countries, they conduct social survey around the globe to find out how do people envision society of the future where all people around the world will live happily. And today, our live broadcast, we will host with Victoria.
Hello. Yes, and during this project, we were testing the theory of 6 handshakes. And according to this theory, all people on the planet are connected through 6 handshakes. And it's very interesting theory because we 5 or even less social connection away from each other. And we decided to try it, is it works. And so if you join us for the first time, or if you want to also to participate in this project, it's an open project to everyone. So please contact us. All contacts in the video description and also here. This concept is very simple and it's really fun because we are traveling all around the planet to different countries, and we know more about different cultures. We getting to know many people all around the globe, different people. We see how people live in different countries and how they envision their society of their dream, let's say happy society. So today we also traveling, and today here our guest is Wendy from China, from city WuHu. Hello, Wendy.
Hi everybody. It's really my honor to be invited. Yeah, I'm come from city WuHu. Probably you didn't really hear about this city, but it's my hometown, and now I'm studying in Ukrainian. So this is a nice chance for me to show you about my hometown, talk about funny story of China, and also talk about what kind of society which I want to live in.
Great, thank you so much for joining us today. And we would like to know more about China, more about this wonderful province, which is really beautiful because I know it because I also have been studying there in Anhui province, and I know how beautiful it is. So now we would like to ask Wendy to talk a little bit more to let us know about your city, your hometown.
Yeah, so I spent like my 18 years there. So before I went to college, I have never lived here. So in my memory, it's a small but cozy place. Well, it's maybe a little bit weird to talk about a city that it's cozy, but it is. You can find everything you need there, but it's not like if we talk about China, people always think about Shanghai and Beijing, which is super huge, big city. But my town is just a small one, and you don't there are no subways. You don't need subways. You can just even ride a bicycle, and you can look around the whole city. And there was a river in just going through going through the city, and probably you hear it. It's called Yangtze. Actually, in we call it the Long River in Chinese language. We call it Long River because it's just literally really long. And I still remember when I was young, there are still boats like taking people from this side to the other side. But now it's new big bridge. So how to say? I want people that don't only just focus on those big cities. And there are so many small cities, just like WuHu, are people there are having a good life also. So yeah, today I want to show you more about it.
Wow, thank you so much. Yes, and we would like to ask our technique support to show us the first video about WuHu City, how it looks like right now, and how beautiful it is. Техническая поддержка. Поддержите, пожалуйста. Very beautiful city. And you said about the river Yangtze, right? So this city is on the river Yangtze, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like behind it. Yeah. And it's so nice and so warm to see those kind of familiar, just, you know, the view, the city view, which I have been grown up. Yeah, and if we talk about the river, it's, now I'm in Ukrainian. I think it's just like the Dnipro for the Ukrainian people, right? It's the Yangtze River. It's just our mother river. She raised us. Yeah. And this river is all the way from the west point to the east. And I have been to the middle part of the river. And this is a city called Chongqing. It looks so different. It looks just, it's the, like your mom can sometimes at work she can also be a super strong woman, and back home she can take care of you. I mean, in that city I see a different view about this river, and that trip made me feel more connection with her. And if we talk about the history of this river, we will see that it is the most important water road during the in our Chinese history. So I would like to invite my foreigner friends to just come to my city, go to Chongqing. You will see the beauty of river. Yeah.
Yes, and it's quite different in different places. I've been looking how it looks like, and in different places the river really looks so different, and it's really beautiful. And you said that it's actually it was very interesting for me to learn more about this river, and I didn't know that this river is one of the biggest river in the world. It's the third biggest river in the world. The first few is Amazon and Nile, and the third one is the river Yangtze, and is the biggest river in Asia. And I've heard that this river all around this river, there are many bridges. And you said also there are a bridge right in your city, in WuHu city, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a hard job to build a river, to build a bridge, just cross the river. So I believe there are already the third bridge already building. Yeah, so it's really like I said, I think the transport is really important for the economic. So our country is building the river to connect it different places, and of course, for me, for a normal citizen, it's just so convenient. Like in the past, you have to wait till the boat is taking you to other place. Now it's just so fast and convenient. Yeah, we can see the picture here.
Yeah.
The second picture is exactly the bridge which is building right now. Yeah. And actually, about my city, I also want to tell people some interesting things. Like for example, on these pictures, I believe it will be the fifth one. It's a church. So I want to say something about. I mean, it must be an interesting topic for foreigners, because since I have been to Ukrainian, a lot of people think that Chinese people doesn't have any belief. We don't have religion, and it's wrong actually. And I want to say, and so in my town, it's not a big town. They have a church, and when I was young, I have witnessed a church wedding. It's like, because it's open for the public, you can just go in and be quiet, find a place to sit down. And for me, it's just some kind of view in dream, like make me also want to have a wedding in the church. So I mean, I personally don't believe in God, but I think it's my right. But if someone believe in God, and I will respect him or her. Yeah, this is my opinion about the religion things.
Yeah, and actually, as you said before, yeah, that's I like this kind of point. You know, it doesn't matter do you believe or you don't believe. You have your rights, and doesn't matter. Yeah, like you all live all together. Yeah, and you actually it doesn't matter. Yeah, like
And speak of which,
what's an yeah, you can say.
Speak of which, I want to actually there's a how to say, we have I don't think religion is the same thing as belief. Actually, Chinese people do have beliefs. If you have watched the Disney movie Hua Mulan, you will see that the Mulan's father, he prayed to the ancestors. He said, please, ancestors, please protect my daughter. Just avoid her from getting hurt in the war. So this is Chinese people's belief. We do believe things. We respect our ancestors. We respect our roots. And I think, yeah, in Ukrainian, people always say Боже мой. Yeah? It's just like you pray to the God. And people in China, sometimes we also say, okay, please, the ancestors help us, like our family is protecting us. This is a real Chinese culture. And if you say, I would like to say it is a religion, because it is some supernatural thing. It's about something in your heart, your belief. Yeah. So if you have if you have a Chinese friend, you can talk about it. It's a really interesting thing, and probably we didn't really realize it, because talk about religion it's always about believing God.
Yeah, actually, you touched like a very interesting topic, and I would like to ask you one question, and I'm really interested. What do you think? Yeah, and that's kind of like a question. What do you think? Yeah, like what unites all people around the world, like internally? Yeah, regardless of religion, nationality, politics, probably social status, yeah, what we all have in common, like.
Well, I think this is, yeah, first of all, this is a really interesting thing to talk about. And I would like to say, I feel it more deeper, especially after I come to Ukrainian, because sometimes people, well, look at me in a how to say, in a way that I can see that they are curious about me, curious about my different look. But the common thing, if I said, is sympathy, which later maybe I also gonna talk about, because we have different language, we speak in a different way, we live in a different way, we have different culture, but when we see people starving, we see people suffering, we all cry, right? This is the common, because something deep in our heart, we have been touched by the same thing, and that's humanity. Humanity will never change. It's not depends on your skin color or the way you look.
Yeah, so feelings unites us, right?
Yes.
Yes. And as I know, you wanted to talk a little bit more about cultures, different cultures in China, right? And
Yes.
of countries in China, there have been many cultures and people from all over the China traveling around the China, and people from all over the world are coming to China to see this rich cultural heritage. So could you please tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, so I spent 4 years in the Hainan Island. If you know about, yeah, it's an island under well, it's an island, and I how to say, it's about I believe it's 2,000, more than 2,000 kilometers away from my hometown. So I mean, it's a huge distance, and people look a little bit different, and I learned a lot of new things. I found a lot of differences in this place, and the most important things is that their culture are different. So if you know, I personally from the Hanzu. If you know about it, this is we have 55 minorities in China, and in the Hainan Island they have the Li, Miao, Hui. It's also different народности, different. I won't say they're different people. They're all Chinese, but they're just, their culture are different. So I still remember at the beginning of the spring, they have the spring festival. It's different from the traditional Chinese spring festival. Girls are dancing, singing, and they all dressed up. And then, well, the most important thing is we have holiday at that day. But the mainland doesn't have holiday, and we have on that day. And it's not just about those people. It's also about us, the student from all different places in China, and we just gathering together. We dance with bamboos because it's really interesting. First time I saw the bamboo dance, I was like shocked because it looks so dangerous. And then the girls was just so flexible. They were dancing, singing, and talk with other guys, communication. Yeah, so, and this is only a part of it. We have 55 different minorities. So there are just colorful, all different cultures in China, and yeah, even some of them, they have their own languages. So it's just so cool, and I personally would love to discover more. Yeah.
Yes, and I would like to ask our technique support to show us pictures about Chinese culture. Here we see different castles, right? Churches.
Yeah, this is actually there were church, and let's see, there are the picture of the mountain, the bridge made by glass. It's actually a tourist place. I wanted to show because a lot of my foreigner friends are so interested in it, because the bridge is made by glasses and it's built in the mountain. So if you look downstairs, just under your feet, you just, yeah, it's kind of like scary but exciting. Yeah. And
yeah, cool.
And can they show the picture of the different
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have this picture. Probably we had some. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe I cannot see. Sorry. So probably you can tell something more. What did you want to say? Yeah.
Yeah, I also wanted to say that because I'm a Hanzu, so actually when I was in primary school or middle school, there are students also from different how to say, they have the different they're just minorities, but of course you cannot tell the difference from their face. So once I know it, I just like, wow, it's so cool. So do you have some kind of special thing? So you have some kind of special rules in your family, or you have to believe in God, or you have some special music or languages? It's just fantastic. And I still remember that there was one of my friends from the Huizhu. So the Huizhu, their people don't eat pig at all. So I mean, no one just feels like, you're troubled. No one said that. We just treat him as everyone else, and we take care of him. If we go out to eat, we will take care and make sure that his food will be just for him. Yeah. So actually, I would like to say that whatever the China is a big city, a big country, and different kind of people live on this land, and we are all Chinese. Yeah, so we take care of each other, and yeah,
all people living together, and despite of like 55 minorities, all together are just like one family, and it's really great. And we would like to ask you our, let's say, traditional questions about creative society. And we already asked you how you envision a creative society, and you already gave us an answer in previous interviews. And today we would like to ask you a question. If to imagine that we already live in creative society, you already live in a creative society, the society of your dreams, where people are happy, where everything is stable and everything is comfortable, firstly for people, because in this creative society, the first value is life. And I would like to ask you, if to imagine that you free in your choice in everything, how to start your day, what to do, and so on. How would you start your day in creative society? How your day in creative society would look like?
Well, I definitely gonna choose to get up early and sleep early. Yeah, because this is the thing that when people talk about, let's say, utopia, the place in the dream, we always thinking, some people would feel that people can have everything we want, we have plenty of food, plenty of resources, but it definitely doesn't mean that we don't need to work hard. I think it means that we can work in a way which we more prefer, but it doesn't mean that we can just lie in bed and dreaming about money fall from the sky. So if for me, I would like to say, if I can choose, if I have the choice, I will say that I prefer to work 2 days, every day maybe 5 to 6 hours, and then have take 1 day off. Mm-hmm. Like 2 day work, 1 day off, 2 day work, 1 day off, and during the work time, just no more sitting waiting for back home. Just do your work, and in a really quickly done everything. And this is really important, and I've heard that in Europe they already start to trying this kind of model. So it's not a dream anymore. I mean, dream come true. It's a process, and I think the process have already been started. So I wish in my life, well, at least even if it's only 1 day, I want to work like this. Yeah, to because work is not just earn money. Work should be something to complete yourself, to make your life meaningful. Yeah, so that's my answer.
Yeah, okay. And I would like to ask you one more question. Like, it's more about the relationship and more about like relationship in, like, our generation. Yeah, like the first unit in our society is like our family, right? So what do you think, like, what should be like the basic things between like children and parents? Yeah, what should be in this relationship, in this first unit in our society? Yeah, what the basic things should be there to have like a healthy relationship in the family
and in society?
Yeah, well, if talk about family, I think I'm the more like a traditional type, because I think family, especially family members, should help each other. Like as parents, parents should raise their kids and raise them into build their personality, to build their personality, and the children should respect and should listen. I mean, I was also not really listen kid, but now I understand. I grown up and I see how they work. I start to know what kind of person they are. I start to more understand them. I mean, parents are not God. Only kids think that their parents are God, but they're actually just normal person as their kids. So if I would like to say that in a family, people should, not because you are my dad, so I can be unrespectful to you. Not because I'm your kid, so you can be just rude to me because, well, I raised you, so you deserve it. It's not right. It should be love for the first thing, and also in a family, it should be respect. Yeah, this is for the family. And if for the society, first of all, it should be love. And like what I said, people should have more patience and more sympathy for other people. This is my answer.
Yes, and one more question. How do you think what prevails us as a society? What prevails us from living in a society where everyone is happy, where we have everything, I mean, just normal conditions? What prevails us from that?
I think, well, first of all, this is a big question, and I can only say about my own opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If a person wants to live happy, first of all, he has to live with dignity. I mean, dignity is like people have to respect him like another human being. It's not just like a grass on the floor, or or just some stuff. So speak of which, I want to talk about the wars. Like, it's exactly what is happening right now. I mean, wars are just putting money and power and business above people's life.
Mm-hmm.
And there are people live just without any respect, because that's exactly what is happening. And I know it sounds like really weird, because now I am in a comfortable environment. So this topic is a hard topic to talk, but sounds like easy to just speak out. So I want to say that I hope that everyone should be more sympathy. And when you look at the news about the wars on the TV, you don't just treat it in an indifferent way. You should think about it, because there are people are suffering. This is the first thing, and just try to do some help. I mean, donation, or there are one thing I always want to do is that I want to go to those, well, not extremely dangerous places maybe, but the poor places, the places which need help. And I go there and I have a look how people are living there. And this is also an important experience for well, me in person. And the second is, I think we should speak out. The importance of union is really huge. And if you think that you met some unfair in your life, you should just don't be too afraid to speak out. You should just always, well, protect yourself. And I mean, there are a lot of kind people out there. Maybe they would like to help. But yeah, if we are just too afraid and just be quiet, then if everyone do that, maybe the world cannot be a better place. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking about. How to say, live with dignity. And this is important for the society which I'm dreaming.
And you said when I totally agree, when even one person start to speak up about some problems or about some unfair situations or violence in society, such a like small in families, or big in war, wars in countries, between countries. So everything starts sometimes from one person, and 10, then hundreds can understand, like, yes, it's the same as I feel about this, is the same as I think about it. It's not normal, and it's not making us happy. It's
yeah, so that's why the importance of the unions, that's what we are talking about. I mean, if thousands of people all speak out for the same thing, then voice will be not just voice. It can be sword, it can be a light, it can be something more powerful. Yeah, so and I mean, as a normal person, we cannot do, there are not a lot of things which we can do, but at least we can do something, well, not just for ourselves, also for other people who was outside and have the same experience.
Yes. Yeah. Victoria, you can keep going. Sorry.
Yes, and one more question to you. how do you think there is such a like statement that everything starts from the top, and how like people on the top will decide. So with this decision, who would leave? So like everything starts on top. But there is a question to you: how do you think, from what and from who all the changes starts?
Yeah, well, this is also how to say. Some people think that the revolution is from up and go downstairs, and some people think the revolution should be from the downstairs to the up. And I personally think that, well, because I have learned history, this is my major. So honestly, if you look back in the history, from the upside from the downstairs to the upside, it's not even revolution. It will be a huge change. So I mean, I'm saying huge change. Sometimes it's about blood. It's about the wars. It happens in history. So if nowadays, if I would like to say that I prefer the change from the up to the downstairs. But the important thing is that people up there should hear our voice. Well, I'm also a downstairs part. Yeah. We have to have the way to speak out our voice. This is really important. And if the leaders, if the government, well, which in the modern society, they just shut down all the way, and they only do things by their instinct, then I don't think it, first of all, I don't think it turns out good. And the second is that it will cause how to say, a really bad it will have a really bad influence of the stable of the society. Yeah. So I prefer from upside to the downside, but we have to build some way, and we have to let people hear our voice.
And actually, I like what you said. First, you said that when one person will start to speak up, right, then other people could also think about it and understand. And I think that we all understand that revolution leads us for some bad things, actually. But when everyone will kind of wake up with his own understandings of the aim in his life, his or her life, when he start to speak up, when he start to think, is it normal that we have something in society, or somehow we can change it? And then I think that we could see that it's not only one person. There are millions and billions of us, simple people, who came to live here to like have a changes in his own life, to have a new understandings, to raise like new potential. So
that's why yes, please.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to say that we do not need like any kind of revolution, because I do believe the changes started actually from ourselves, you know. So you just deeply think, yeah, what can you, as you said before, I also like your opinion, yeah. When you want to do something for other people, yeah, and you don't think only about yourself, it's already changes, right? So
Yes.
for me, that's how it started.
Yeah, so that's, we back to the topic about the sympathy, about the patient part, because I mean, once people can realize, because people don't care about it. It's why people don't care about those things. It's because it's not about him. It will not it's not harm for him. But I mean, this is other human being. There's something happened to another people who feel hurt, people who can cry, people who also have family, who also have, I don't know, daughter or sons. And if something happened on them, I mean, somehow we just cannot choose to ignore it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I would like to say that communication will be also important. Like I think somehow, if we talk about Chinese people sometimes are kind of like afraid to talk, to communicate. We prefer that we hide things deep in my heart. So when especially when years ago, when I talked with my parents, I realized they don't really speak out what they want. They want you to guess it. So this is the funny thing about Chinese people, and we don't really say I love you to my, well, I never said I love you to my mom and dad. It feels like strange, but I think if talk about Chinese people, we should be more open. We should be more confident to ourselves. We should be, how to say, speak out our voice and let the world hear it. And that's how to say, to well, there's a lot of misunderstand. Maybe there's a lot of misunderstand about China, or maybe there's some kind of a interesting thing, but actually not true about China. So if we can talk face to face, and most important, with patience and with sympathy, and we will see each other as, like what I said, as not as their skin color, but as their personality, which is common. Because yeah, that's human being. That's what we are.
Yes.
So yes, I'm also really glad to have this communication with two new friends.
Yeah, it's so pleasing to have this conversation with you too. And I would like to ask you probably the last question. Yeah. What do you think? What needs to be changed? Yeah, and probably removed in our world society. If we talk about the whole world, yeah, not only like country by countries, yeah, on our like planet, yeah. Probably like for like if you want to live happily, yeah. So what do you think? What we need to probably be more or change in our world society to live happily?
Well, actually, this topic we have learned in our high school. This is actually a thing in Chinese, well, education system. And I agree with what our book said, and I also agree with it. Is that we cannot remove an old thing. It's just like cutting your arm from your whole body. It's impossible. But if you want your arm to be more strong, you can training yourself, and or you want yourself look more beautiful, you can buy some new stuff for yourself. Like this is the thing. So I mean, in the history, for example, all of our culture, there are, how to say, well, I need to organize my language. We can our culture have already the old thing have never gone. It's already in our culture, but we just maybe don't realize it. So I won't say that I think there are something need to remove in this society. I would say that yes, there are something maybe need to change, but change it, it's go to a good way or go to a bad way. There's no one gonna know. I mean, you cannot say what's gonna happen, not even in 10 years. It's impossible. But yeah, so I would like to say be myself, and please, everyone, be themselves, and and change yourself to a good way. Well, there are some general good way, like study hard, work hard, and be kind to other people. This will be a change, and maybe the influence, you cannot see it right now, but after 10 years, we suddenly realize that we are living in a better place. Yeah, this is my answer to this question.
And one more question, please.
Okay.
The last one. How do you think, how it is important to speak today in our society about humanity, like to raise issues about humanity and morality, and how do you think how it is important to speak with people and to ask them and find out how people envisage a creative society and whether they want to live in this creative society?
Which means the morality part, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I think in the human society, there are something in general. For example, like people cannot kill other people. It's the same. Or we all, I believe every kid since young, parents said, oh, you cannot lie. Lies are not good. So I think until this is 21st century, and human beings are already have a whole system of a morality, and it's suitable for everyone. But if what I say, if there's how to say, something need to developing, it's about our race. I mean, back in maybe 200 years, behind people with different race, there's basically not really that much communication. I mean, with Asian and Europe, there are not such a strong connection. But here, now we're talking, like, yeah, I'm from China, and yeah, we're all from different places. So this is really important, that to build rules, well, maybe not rules, a morality to talk with people who, I don't know, just from other race, from other country. Like, actually, in the beginning, since I start to learn language, sometimes I also been offensive to foreigners, because I just generally don't know. I don't know about something you can do, something you can, well, maybe something I can do with a Chinese friend, but I cannot do to a Ukrainian friend, right? So this is the thing. I think it's time for us to communicate more and have a new morality, which are more general, are more for everyone. I mean, literally everyone. It's just like, won't be offensive. Well, I think completely not offensive, it's impossible, but at least to be respectful to, well, everyone you met on the street. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Very nice words, and we are very pleased and very happy to hear you.
Me too.
It's a really nice broadcast, and we would like to say that this project, 6 Degrees of Connection, is it's made from by people themselves for everyone. So it's open to participate, to share your ideas, how we can travel all around the world, much more interesting. If you have some ideas, if you want also to participate and you want to share this broadcast, so please, here you can see our contacts, and we would be really grateful to unite, to do all these good things, to discuss about creative society all together, because we can build this creative society only all together if everyone would say whether it's needed for him or not, so we could understand. how to build it, what to do, from what to start. We can all together see in what kind of society we would like to live. So please join us and participate, and thank you very much. Nice to hear you, nice to see you. See you soon. Bye-bye.